Here's something I should tell you about Gabriel Santos before anything else happens. For 2 years, I thought I knew him. Not knew him. I mean, I had him filed. I had a version of him that lived in a specific folder in my head labeled building staff, familiar, pleasant. And this version consisted of tall, late 30s, the kind of steady that isn't boring, security uniform, always at the front desk when I came in. Good morning, good evening, a nod that was warmer than strictly required by his job description. The smile that appeared when I said something dry about the weather or the broken elevator, which was my floor's running complaint, and also, I understood only later, my excuse to linger in the lobby for 30 extra seconds on a Tuesday. 2 years is a long time to see someone every day. Long enough that the seeing becomes habitual, and habit is the enemy of attention. You stop looking properly at the things you expect. I expected Gabriel at the desk. I expected the good morning. I expected the steady presence of someone who had clearly decided that being good at his job was enough of a contribution and didn't need to make it into something performative or visible. What I didn't expect, because I hadn't been looking properly, was the everything else. I should tell you something else, which is that the mornings mattered more than I was admitting to myself. Not consciously, not in any way I was prepared to examine, but there is a kind of quiet accounting that happens beneath the surface of your daily life. And in the quiet accounting, the lobby was not neutral. The good morning was not just a building formality. The extra 30 seconds was not about the elevator. I knew this, somewhere. I just hadn't filed it in the right folder. The storm fixed the filing. The storm came in fast, the way they do in February in this city. The forecast had said flurries, the kind of thing you dismiss, and by 4 in the afternoon, the streets were white and accumulating, and by 5, the building manager was sending building-wide emails about the transport situation. By 6, most of the floor had cleared out. By 7, it was me, because the report I was finishing couldn't wait, and the caretaker who left at 7:30, and Gabriel, who stayed because the building stayed staffed as long as anyone was in it. I found this out when I went down to the lobby at 8 to tell him he could lock up. He looked at me from behind the front desk. "You're the last one." "I'm finishing something, another hour maybe." "I'll be here," he said, simply as if there were no version of this where it was otherwise. I went back upstairs. I finished the report in 40 minutes, which I want on record as evidence that necessity is the mother of efficiency. Then I packed my things and went back down and found that in the hour I'd been upstairs, the storm had reached the level where the city makes decisions for you. Gabriel was at the window when I came out of the lift. He turned when he heard me. "The buses stopped at 8, he said. "The main roads are closed to non-essential traffic." I looked at the window. The street outside was an unbroken white and still coming down, and the traffic signals were blinking amber in the way they do when the city has given up on coordination and is simply asking everyone to be careful. "Oh," I said. "I've called the emergency line. The earliest they can confirm a safe exit is 6 a.m. He paused. "I'm sorry, I should have told you sooner. I was hoping it would clear." I looked at him. He was standing by the window in the lobby's low light. The main lights had been switched to the overnight setting, half power, the kind of light that is functional but not fluorescent. And he had the expression of someone who is presenting a situation they can't change and would prefer to have delivered differently. "How many times has this happened?" I said. "This building? Never, while I've been here. But I've been trained for it." "Great," I said. "What does the training say?" "That we stay in the building, we don't try the streets, and we make the best of it until conditions clear." A pause. "The break room has a sofa, there's a coffee machine. I have emergency supplies in the security office." Emergency supplies. Biscuits mostly, and some instant noodles. The building is legally required to have them. I looked at the window again, at the biscuits and instant noodles future that was apparently now my evening. Then I looked at Gabriel, who is watching me with the contained composure of someone waiting to find out how this lands. "Okay," I said. "Show me the break room." The break room was on the second floor, which I had never been to because I worked on the 7th, and the second floor was primarily facilities. It was a reasonable room: sofa, table, chairs, the coffee machine he'd mentioned, a small television mounted on the wall. The kind of room that exists for the people who keep buildings running, functional without being comfortable, designed for breaks rather than stays. Gabriel brought the emergency supplies, which were indeed mostly biscuits, and also, unexpectedly, a very good instant ramen that he explained came from the Japanese supermarket 2 streets away, which was apparently where you went when you cared about emergency preparedness. "You bought these yourself?" I said. "The building provides the basics," I supplemented. "Because you thought this might happen?" "Because I spend a lot of nights in this building, and I have standards about what I eat when I do." I looked at him across the table. Something had shifted, was shifting, in real time, about the version of him I'd been carrying around for 2 years. The lobby version, the good morning version, the one I'd had filed under pleasant and professional, and slightly more than that in a way I'd never quite examined. This version, in the break room light, with his jacket over the chair and the ramen on the table between us, was both continuous with that one and distinctly more present. I want to describe what the break room was as a context, because the context matters. It was a room that had no reason to be anything except functional. No ambiance, no occasion, no social framework for what was happening in it. Just 2 people in a building in a snowstorm with ramen between them, no professional structure in place for the first time in 2 years, and the particular clarity that comes when you remove the scaffolding and have to see what's actually there. What was actually there, I was finding, was considerably more than I'd been letting myself notice. We ate the ramen. This sounds like a small thing, and was not a small thing. Eating with someone is a specific kind of intimacy, different from talking, different from being in a room together, and we had none of the usual social scaffolding that makes eating with a stranger feel normal. No restaurant around us, no occasion, no shared reason to be there except a snowstorm and a building and whatever the 2 years of lobby mornings amounted to. The ramen was genuinely good, which helped. "You work nights often?" I said. 3-4 times a month. The building doesn't go empty. Someone has to be here." "Does it bother you, being here alone overnight?" He thought about it with the specific consideration of someone who doesn't answer questions reflexively. "No," he said. "I like buildings at night. They have a different quality, like they're resting, not being anything for anyone." I thought about this, about the building I'd been in for 2 years, every day, in its daytime version. Busy, purposeful, full of its own urgency. The lift that was always occupied. The lobby at 9 a.m. with half a floor arriving at once. The particular Tuesday morning tension that started on the 3rd floor and worked its way up. And the version he saw, empty, low lit, the hum of the HVAC and the distant sound of the city outside. 2 buildings occupying the same address. "Do you explore?" I said, "when it's empty?" A small smile. "Sometimes. There are things about this building most people don't know." "Like what?" "There's a roof terrace on the 12th that's not on the public plans. The architects put it in, and then it was locked out of the elevator system when the building changed ownership. I found the service access about a year ago." "You've been to the secret roof terrace?" "Several times. While the rest of us didn't know it existed. While the rest of you were going home at 6. I looked at him. There was something in this, in the specific image of Gabriel Santos alone in this building at midnight, finding access to floors that weren't on the plans, eating good ramen out of a packet by himself because he had standards about it, that was interesting to me in a way that surprised me by how much. "What else?" I said. "What else what? What else don't we know about this building?" He considered this. "The archive room on basement 2 has a section that was sealed in 1987 and nobody's opened since. The original plans for the atrium were completely different. There were supposed to be trees. Real ones. The loading bay on the east side has better acoustics than the boardroom on 9. I know because I've eaten lunch down there and it sounds like a concert hall. You eat lunch in the loading bay? The light is good in the afternoon. Gabriel. Yes. Show me the roof. He looked at me for a moment. It's snowing. I know it's snowing. I can see the snow from the lobby window. Show me the roof. Something shifted in his expression. Something that was not quite amusement and not quite something else, which I didn't have a word for yet. He stood up. We took the service lift, which required his key card at a panel I'd never noticed, to a floor the display labeled 12M. The corridor was narrow and industrial. Pipes along the ceiling, concrete floors, the kind of space that exists to house the systems that make buildings function. It smelled faintly of something mineral, not unpleasant, the smell of a building's interior infrastructure. Does this feel strange? I said, walking the corridor. Being the only one who knows these spaces? Sometimes. More often it just feels like I know this building the way most people know their own flat. The sounds it makes, where the pressure goes, which floors run warm and which run cold. He stopped at a junction in the corridor, turned left without hesitation. I know it better than most of the people who work here because I've been in all of it. Most people know their floor and the lobby, and the 8th floor cafe, and the 8th floor cafe. What about the people? I said, after 2 years of good mornings. What about them? Do you know them the way you know the building? He considered this. We were still moving down the corridor, toward the door at the end. Some of them, the ones who are actually here, who come in early and stay late and actually live in the building rather than just passing through it. You learn things from observation. What a person is dealing with, what kind of day they're having before they've said a word. You observe a lot. It's most of what the job is, being present and paying attention. And what do you observe about me? We've already covered that. Tell me again. He glanced at me. We had reached the door. He held his card to the panel. You work hard because the work matters to you, not because you're performing working hard. You get frustrated with the lift when it's broken, and then guilty when you're frustrated because you know it's not the building's fault. On Tuesdays specifically, he pushed the door open, cold air came through. On Tuesdays, you have a meeting you don't look forward to, and you're always 2 minutes late for it, and you're always carrying a coffee you haven't touched. I looked at him in the cold air of the doorway. You know about the Tuesday meeting. I see you come back from the 9th floor at 11:15 every Tuesday with the expression of someone who has just spent an hour defending a position they're right about to people who are wrong. That is extremely accurate. I know. We stepped out onto the terrace, maybe 12 feet by 15, surrounded by a low parapet. But the view was the whole city, which in the snowstorm was transformed. Everything softened and illuminated from below by the streetlights, the snow still coming down in the particular slow way of very heavy snow that has found its rhythm. The sounds of the city muffled to almost nothing under the weight of it. The cold was immediate and specific, the kind of cold that arrives when you step from a heated building into winter air, a physical fact that you either argue with or accept. I accepted it. I stood at the parapet and looked at it for a while without saying anything. Nobody knows this is here, I said finally. A few people, the maintenance team, me. Not anyone on 7. No. I turned to look at him. He was standing a few feet away, watching me look at the city rather than looking at it himself, which I noticed because it was the kind of noticing I'd become aware I was doing. His face in the ambient light of the snowstorm was different from the lobby light. Not warmer exactly, just more of itself. The composure that was his characteristic state here too, but somehow more visible. You come up here alone, I said. It wasn't quite a question. Yes. What do you do? Think, mostly. Sometimes I just stand here for a while. What do you think about? He looked at me for a moment. Different things? A pause. Sometimes I think about the people in the building, what they're working on, what it's for, whether they'll still be working on it in 10 years, or whether they'll have gone somewhere else and this will be a thing they did for a while. That's a melancholy thing to think about. I don't find it melancholy. I find it, I don't know the exact word, interesting. All these people in one building working on all these different things, and almost none of them know each other. Almost none of them know what the person on the next floor is doing. And I'm the one who sees all of it, from the lobby every morning. Do you think about me? I said this plainly, without particular weight, as a genuine question. He was quiet for a moment that I found I couldn't read. Yes, he said, sometimes. What do you think? That you come in early and leave late, and you're trying to solve something that doesn't entirely want to be solved. He paused. And that you stay an extra 30 seconds in the lobby on Tuesdays. I felt something happen in my chest. I stay for the elevator. It's broken. It's been fixed for 4 months. I looked at him. He was looking back in the snow light with an expression that was direct and patient and completely unhurried. 4 months, I said. 4 months. The snow came down around us. The city below was quiet and white and very far away. My coat was warm enough for the cold, but barely, and I was aware of this in the specific way that physical discomfort makes you more present in your body, which is its own kind of clarity. Why didn't you say anything? I said. About the elevator? About any of it? He thought about this. Because the lobby is the lobby, he said. You come in, you go up. I'm there to make the building function, not to complicate anyone's morning. There's a line. And now? Now we're on a roof in a snowstorm at 11 at night and the lobby is 13 floors down. There's no line up here. No. I looked at him. The snow was on his shoulders, on his hair, and he wasn't making any move to go back inside, which meant either he was very cold and very disciplined, or he wanted to be here with the same specific quality that I wanted to be here. Gabriel. Yes? The 4 months. Yes. I wasn't staying for the elevator. Something in his face changed. Not dramatically, just the small opening that happens when a thing you've been holding becomes possible. I know, he said. There is a moment. I've thought about this since, tried to locate it precisely, between understanding something and doing something about it, where you are entirely aware of what is happening and entirely aware of what is about to happen, and the gap between those two things is where you are. I was in that gap. It is not a comfortable place to be, but it is, in its way, one of the most vivid places I know. The moment just before, where everything is still possible and nothing has closed yet. What closed it was Gabriel taking one step toward me and stopping there, a foot away in the snow on the secret roof, and saying nothing, and waiting. I want to describe this carefully because I think it matters. He didn't close the distance, he halved it. He moved close enough that the next move was mine, and he waited. And the waiting was not passive. It was the most active kind of stillness I've encountered in another person. The kind that says, I am entirely here and entirely yours to choose. I chose. What I will tell you is that the snow is colder when it falls on bare skin, and that we stayed on the roof longer than was sensible in February. That the city looks remarkable from above when the rest of it has gone quiet, and you're in the middle of something that is making everything else very far away. That there is a specific quality to being touched by someone who has been paying careful attention to you for a long time. It has a different weight than the touch of someone who is learning you as they go, a kind of precision that comes from knowing more than it seems possible to know. That at some point we were no longer on the roof but were inside, and the building that had been resting was doing something else now. something warmer and less quiet, something that had nothing to do with the professional arrangement of the lobby and everything to do with 2 years of mornings and one night in February when the snow made the choice for us. I want to say something here because I think it's important. Nothing about that night felt like something that shouldn't be happening. I want to be precise about this because sometimes these things come with a layer of guilt or complication. The territory of what are we doing and whether this is right. This didn't have that layer. It felt, from the first step he took toward me on the roof, exactly like the right thing for the right reason. Not reckless, not a mistake in progress, just overdue. The thing that had been accumulating in 30-second lobby mornings and elevator fiction for 4 months, finding its proper form. What I won't tell you, because some things are for keeping, is the specific geography of a security office at 2 in the morning. What Gabriel Santos looks like when he has set the composure down. What it means to be somewhere you've passed by every day for 2 years and finally be properly inside it. I will tell you that I know now. I will tell you that it was worth the 4 months of elevators. I will tell you that it was worth the 4 months of elevators. By 5 in the morning, the snow had slowed to something intermittent, and by 6, the all clear came through, the emergency line, confirming that the main roads were passable for non-essential traffic, that the buses had resumed on limited service, that the city had remembered itself. Gabriel took the call while I was in the break room making coffee, and he came back to the doorway and said, 6 a.m., as I told you, as you told me. The service entrance is the safest exit. I'll walk you out. I looked at him. In the break room light, the ordinary, functional, daytime mode light, he was both the person from the roof and the person I'd said good morning to for 2 years. The composure was back, which it would be. Some things returned to where they live. But underneath it, or maybe alongside it, was something that had been there the whole time and that I simply hadn't been looking at properly. I picked up my bag, I picked up my coat. Thank you, I said, for the ramen and the roof. Thank you for asking to see the roof. We stood in the break room doorway for a moment, the kind of moment where the leaving hasn't yet decided to happen. I'll be in at 8, I said. Something moved in his face. I'll be at the desk. I know. He walked me out through the service entrance, which opened onto the side street, which was white and still and very quiet in the early morning. The snow had stopped. The city's sounds were muffled but present. A bus somewhere, a lorry on the main road, the particular compressed silence of a city the morning after a snowstorm, when everything is still deciding what it is again. Gabriel, I said. Yes. Tomorrow, when I come in. Yes. I'm still going to say good morning. A pause. Then, with the beginning of the real smile, I'm counting on it. I went out into the white morning. My breath was visible in the cold. Behind me, the building's glass front reflected the sky. Above it, invisible from the street, was the terrace on 12th that wasn't on the plans. Above that, the sky, which was the pale gray of a city morning after snow. Not beautiful exactly, but clean. The kind of clean that only happens when weather comes through and wipes everything back to the beginning. I thought, walking to the bus stop, about the 2 years. About the good mornings and the 30 seconds and the elevator that had been fixed for 4 months. About what it means to be adjacent to something for a long time without quite looking at it, and then to look, and to find it was considerably more than you'd thought. About the building, which I would enter again in 2 hours, which had a lobby and a 7th floor and a break room I'd never been to, and a service corridor I hadn't known existed, and a roof terrace that wasn't on the plans. Which looked from the outside like exactly what you expected, and which was, from the inside, full of things you didn't know about. People, probably, are like this too, most of them. You walk past them for years in the version they present, the function they perform, the role they occupy, the face they have for the public part of the day. And you take that version for the whole thing because it's sufficient for the interaction, and the interaction doesn't require more. And then something happens. A storm, a wall, a flight delay, an anonymous manuscript, a breakdown in the usual conditions, and the version you had filed turns out to be the surface of something much larger. I've been thinking since about how many surfaces I've been satisfied with, how many lobbies I've stayed in when there was a service corridor behind the panel, a roof terrace on 12th, an emergency ramen in the back of the security office. I'm working on looking more carefully. I've been coming in at 8 ever since. The elevator, as he mentioned, is working fine.